Well, this is Bo Diddley, the mighty Bo Diddley, hanging with the good doctor. Yeah, it's a good doctor now. It's really a pleasure to be here. What we used to have in Chicago, where I was raised at, was the midnight shows. And I would go and Pygmy Mark would start at Mom Mabley and all.
Oh, I like to forgot it. Mr. Blewett, the manager, told me to announce that some lady in the house by the name of Miss Helen Hunt has found some lady's pocketbook. So if you want your pocketbook, go to Helen Hunt for it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
These people made people laugh with clean jokes, funny stuff, with no dirt at all. So I know it's possible for the young generation today to follow in our footsteps, and they got me all the way. You understand me? But when they step out and step over in the gutter, see, this all runs together, which you may not want to get into this, but I got to say it. I think it's part of interwoven or whatever you want to call it, with the way our children are today in schools. You can't do anything with them. They do what they want to do. And if you try to chastise them in the door, and somebody next door hear Junior crying, they call 911. And you might as well, when they call, you might as well pack your bags because you're finna take a trip that you didn't organize. You know what I'm saying? See, you dig what I'm saying? See, and the kid knows that he can do what he want to do, and ain't nothing you can do about it. You ain't gonna hit him. You ain't gonna do nothing to him. So he said what he feel like saying it. And I think that this is a breakdown in chastising. Okay, abuse is one thing, but it's related to chastising. It hurts when you get smacked in the mouth about something you said wrong to your mother or your daddy. You understand? Well, now, I was a little boy. And if there was something called really abuse, my mother should have been in every prison they ever built, just made around. Because, see, she didn't play. She said, wash the dishes, sweep the floor, mop the floor, clean up your room. You jump to it. You dig? You didn't ask no, oh, I don't do that, I don't do that. No. See, I think that the power structure is too embedded into our raising our children, and they got little monsters running around the streets. You understand? And see, because the police will shoot them. You dig? Now, that little tune it up on the buds, you know what I'm saying, might stop the police from shooting the dude. I know it stopped me from getting into trouble because my mother whooped my butt. You know what I'm saying? She says, I don't raise rattlesnakes. Snakes bite you, and I'm going to mash your head. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See, I run around the house trying to figure out where was she going to mash it. You know what I'm saying? You dig? You know what I'm saying? But kids today, you say something like that to them, they allowed to go off on you. Then you ain't going to do nothing to me. You better have a good lawyer. See, and the lawyers that defend kids that they know they're bad, they need their license revoked, taken away, and run out of the somewhere. You understand me? Because that same kid allowed to blow his brains out. You understand me? Because he has no fear. I had fear of my mother. There's no fear today. You know, I hear kids talking back to their parents. I said, oh, my God, you need my mama. You need my mama. You need a bad boy because she tuned you up. You definitely out of tune. You understand? When she put that fear in me, I said, no, man, I can't go around the corner with you guys because my mother go find out I'm around the corner. She told me not to go around the corner. So this is true. One day, we lived on the third floor, and the buildings that's got the windows that stick out, she could go and stand in the corner and look down to the corner. I was standing in the corner of the window and looked down to the corner. I was playing on the corner, and a ball we was playing with went around the corner. I ran to get it. Now, she told me, don't go around the corner. The heck with what went around the corner. She said, Ellis, don't go around the corner. That meant don't go around the corner. I went at the ball. I hated balls from that day on. You know what I'm saying? Because I went around there to get the ball, you know, to keep the other kid from getting it. I shouldn't have did it. She was standing in the window looking at me when I went around the corner. And she raised the window and called me and said, Ellis, come here. come up here now. And got in there, and I tried my best to talk her out of that shellacking or whatever they call it. I tried my best. She said, no, I told you, don't you understand? No, don't. I said, yes, ma'am. Well, what'd you do? I said, I went around the corner. She said, but didn't I tell you not to go around the corner? I said, well, I went at the ball. She said, what did I tell you? Did I tell you not to go around the corner? Was it your ball? No, ma'am. Why did they have a way of tricking you back then or saying something that was gonna get you in trouble? Like you go home and one of the ladies down the street done said something to you, and you say, "Well, Miss So and So," and she said, "Miss So and So what?" I said, "Miss So and So." She said, "I didn't do what she said." Well, what is Miss So and So? You better not say lie. You know what I'm saying? You finna get killed anyway. But if you say lie, you done call the old person a lie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they keep on until they get it out you. Right. So I got slick. I invented me a word called falsehood. You know what I'm saying? I said, she telling a falsehood. My mother said, what's that? I said, falsehood. You know, now she's still trying to make me say, no, you talking about Miss Jones down the street. You come here. You go get my strap. You know, now see, that's it. Today, these kids don't get that. But when they get a little bit bigger, police knock on your door, Miss so-and-so, we call so-and-so doing such a thing. And a lot of the parents today says, what's your badge number? And call up the station on the police. You know what I'm saying? That's sick. The officers out there to protect you, and your kid's doing something, you should be glad he caught him. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a cop, and I was one of the dudes. I used to like to talk to people because with the badge, they look at you like you come to do them harm. No, I didn't come to do them harm. I come to tell them what you're doing wrong, and I'm here to make you do right. And I see something that you're doing, but it's not up to me to pass judgment on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here doing a job to save you from destruction. And to look after everybody, and people should stop hating the police because without the police, your own brother allowed to jump on you. That's how vicious we are. You know, human beings are vicious. We'll do something, man, to each other like we're doing today. You know, we're doing things that don't make sense. I got a cousin that did something like that when I was little. Playing cards, got out of the service, out of the Second World War, got out of the service, came home, and was around there for about 2 or 3 weeks. And he went somewhere one Friday, Saturday night, playing cards. The guy owed him a nickel. And people are funny, man. And another guy says, here, man, here's a nickel, and pay him. The guy said, no, I want it from him, and wouldn't take it. This is what we heard. I heard this as a kid. But I do know about him shooting the man. He came home, and he had a gun, hid, and went back and blew the dude up about a nickel. That's what we all found out what it was about. And I found that out through my aunts, hearing them talk about it, and because the other person's family came, they all got together, and he was kind of weird anyway. And he died. I don't know what it was, but he was weird. He was weird. And he hung by himself all the time. And they never found out exactly what it was that he died from, but he just come out of service. And he was a weird dude. He didn't have talk to nobody, you know, hang with nobody around the neighborhood. He'd always just get out and start walking and disappear. You know, I still don't know what the heck happened.
Probably the war.
He was
new
just
environment,
gone.
and it was just something.
It changes people.
Oh yeah.
My brother was all messed up when he came back. Man, he hit a fire truck and dive under the table anywhere, you know. And I finally figured out what was happening. System grab you up and shove you into something. You said, well, I don't want to go shoot at people. They said, well, here's a gun. If they shoot at you, you better shoot back, you know. And a lot of cats are put into that thing.
No ultimatum either. You either do or go to jail.
Yeah, that's it. Or they shoot you. My brother's a minister. He just looks at me, you know, and he'll ask me stuff like, when you going to quit that foolishness and come over here with me? And I looked at him, I told him, I said, Kenneth, you do your thing and let Ellis do his. You know, when I get ready to come and join you, I said, the Lord ain't called me yet. Y'all said the Lord called you. I want him to call me. But until he called me, I ain't coming.
You know what I was going to say to you? I believe we were all called, because I'm a musician as well. And our calling is to enlighten the people. I believe that artists are the angels. That's how I look at it, because we're the one set of folks that will go to different places and
preach
the word.
Yeah.
You know, and folks don't get it. I say this is also a form of religion, because your congregation comes to you to hear the word.
Yeah.
But it's uplifting, and they walk away with something in view of being able to come to their own conclusion.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? And that's why I get upset with a lot of folks when they say, well, one way, well, you should come to the church. I'm like, well, this is my church. I live.
There you go.
I live.
There you go.
The precepts.
There you go.
This is how I deal with it. I don't have to go sit like you know how we used to do back in the day. I mean, morning service.
Yep.
Sunday school. Mondays. morning service.
BYPU.
Yeah. Noon service.
Yep, that's it. I
Evening
stayed in the church. I stayed in there. That's right. You know, and I was in church so much I need to take a bunk bed down there. You know what I'm saying? Don't think going home. I got tired of walking them 6 or 8 blocks.
Wait. In a pair of tight shoes.
That's it.
I remember the tight shoes, man. I'd be sitting up there and it was just 10 o'clock.
Aching.
And I'm like, oh, don't you move. Miss Mary sitting next to you. She doesn't feel so well. Why are you disturbing Miss Mary?
That's it. And punch you right in it. You better not cry either. Punch you right in the church.
That's right. Serious. Walk out there with a black eye.
Well, man, I remember what I used to do as a kid. This lady used to sit next to me, and I sat in the middle between her and my mother. And she used to, when the preacher got to preaching and got to stomping and hollering and carrying all on the floor, she'd jump up and her pocketbook would go up like this, and change would fall out of it before it hit the floor, before the pocketbook came down. When she did like this, all her change would fall out of it. And she got the Holy Ghost. So I was down under the seat picking up all the change, man. Yeah. Shoot, I done picked up about 75, 80 cents. And when I got up, my mother said, give me that money. You know, so I gave her the money. She said, now, don't you be picking up Miss So-and-so's money no more. And after they got her cool, all up, fanning and all that kind of, mama gave her money back, you know. So this fell out your purse, you know. And my mother got me home and told me, says, you sit over here. You ain't gonna sit up here on this woman. You trying to take her money. You know what I'm saying? Don't you touch a penny. You know what I'm saying? Because I was after it. I'm not lying. Because I figured it hit the floor. It's gone. It's mine now. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. Believe me, sometimes in the cushion you find, well, some seats had cushions and then they had the hardwood seats.
The
hardwood seats
to tear your booty up, man.
Get splinters and be
that's it.
Sleep.
Yep.
Trying to stand
man.
up. What's wrong with you?
You get to keep moving. You know what I'm saying?